Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. My name is Danny Whittles, and I'm a member of the Client Services team here at Academic Analytics. Very happy to have you all join us for today's webinar as part of our coffee break series. If you have any technical issues, please reach out to my colleague Stephanie Dunn, who's our events manager. You can message her directly through the chat feature at the bottom of the screen, or reach out to her individually. Just a couple of notes before we get started. All attendees are on mute, but we do want to hear from you. So please use that chat feature to post any questions or feedback. We will hold questions until the end of today's session. So please feel free as you think of them to ask us questions, but note that we won't get to them immediately necessarily. And if we're not able to address any of the questions that come up today, your account manager who works with your campus will reach out to follow up. Today, I am joined by my colleague, Jenny Holson, who is on our product team and handles our faculty insight technology. And so, Jenny, I will turn it over to you to discuss our reviews and workflows.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Danny. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So, like Danny mentioned today, we're going to be talking about reviews and workflows. So let's first start off with the benefits of reviews and workflows. So, reviews and workflows can help with creating a centralized location for all types of workflows. So this could include promotion and tenure, annual merit, sabbatical, annual workload, really any other kind of workload or workflow that you may have on campus. Our goal while building this product was to make it as flexible and customizable as possible. We understand that universities have a very unique process.
Hey Jenny,
interrupt
you for 1 second. Just go to the presenter mode. You're sharing the other screen. We see like your notes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Hold tight real quick. Does that look better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's get back to some of the benefits of reviews and workflows. So our hope here is to eliminate unnecessary steps and ensure tasks are moving smoothly from one stage to the next. Each workflow step is assigned to either an individual or a team. So ensuring that everyone knows their role and what they're responsible for within the workflow. We also are offering transparency into the progress of tasks. So admin members can easily track the status of workflows, identify bottlenecks, and anticipate potential issues. Really, a huge benefit of reviews and workflows is that it pulls in information from faculty activity reporting. So this helps to streamline the performance evaluation process and reduce the time commitment needed for your faculty members. Let's talk about how these products are related to one another. So Faculty Insight is really the starting point for this suite of products. FI offers those pre-populated profiles, so faculty members are not starting from scratch. They have the ability to view funding ops as well as honorific awards that are suggested to the faculty based off of their profile, and the ability to determine which works appear within an external discovery site. So faculty activity reporting sits on top of Faculty Insight. This gives you the ability to log additional work types through the activity manager, provides a CV generator, gives you access to standard and accreditation reporting, as well as allows you to customize activity input forms. And then lastly, reviews and workflows sits on top of faculty activity reporting. And that's what we'll be talking about today, which is customizable workflow that can be used for reviews. The ability to determine how many steps are within the workflow and what occurs within each steps. Also, the ability to automatically attach a faculty member's CV or their annual report. All right, let's go ahead and get into the product. So I'm logged into Faculty Insight as a faculty administrator. So they have access to everything inside of the application. So you'll see some familiar tabs here, which are part of Faculty Insight. We also have the tabs that are related to faculty activity reporting. And then we also have workflow, which is where we'll be at today. So review workflows are really based upon review workflow templates. This is really the core of the workflow process. And this is where you determine what happens inside of your workflow or inside of your inside of your review workflow, and where it goes. So for today, we're going to pick an annual review, and then we're going to create our template. On the left-hand side here, you'll see I have a couple of steps that I can choose from. We're going to start with an individual level, and we're going to make this our faculty review. So if I go in and edit this particular step, this is where I can put in instructions. And then this is really where you're deciding what happens when your faculty member needs to complete this step. So we have instructions, and then I can either create a brand new form or add an existing form. Let me show you what a new form looks like. This brings you to our form builder. So if you wanted to customize your review process for your faculty members, this is where you'd want to come and put in whatever fields or options that you're looking for your faculty members to fill out. Each kind of field can be customized. So you can type in whatever heading you want, your drop-down options for this particular instance. You can make it required. You can have them, single select or multi-select. Those types of options are all available so that you have a completely customizable form that needs to be filled out by your faculty members. For today's instance, we're going to use an existing form, a form that I have already created and I'm simply reusing. So I have a couple of workflow forms. This is my annual review. I can preview the form. So if I previously created it and I maybe just want to refresh myself on what's included, you can preview it to make sure you've got the right one. And then you also have the option to request documents to be uploaded by your faculty members. Again, I can customize what that looks like, or I can request an existing one. So for today, we'll just say that we need supplemental information. Lastly, this is where you can determine whether or not you want to automatically have the System Vita attached to the review process. So this prevents your faculty member from having to go out and create their own CV or annual report and attach it. This will automatically be attached for them. So you can select either a CV or the annual report. And both of those are customized to your institution's needs. All right, go ahead and apply that change. And then let's go ahead and add a second level here. So this will be department chair review. And again, you have the exact same options here. So I can add in instructions, attach forms, right? I have my workflow forms and can attach my department chair review. And then again, I can suggest that additional documents can be added at this stage. We also want to connect these steps. So I want to make sure that after my faculty review is complete, that it is then routed to my department chair. So it is simply clicking and dragging that over that will then relate those two steps. Each of these steps also has additional properties that can be configured. So for this department chair step, we look on this right-hand side here, and there's some additional attributes that need to be configured. So I can select the duration. So how many days does this department chair have in order to complete this specific step? And then I can also determine whether or not those are business days only, or if it includes the weekend. We have a reviewer type. So determining if this is a committee, if this is an external reviewer, or if this is a faculty member, or if this is an administrative reviewer type. You can determine if the reviewer stays anonymous. You can also have a start delay. So after the faculty review is complete, is there a delay before this department chair is notified that this workflow, that this review is available? And then down here, you also have the ability to determine whether or not the faculty member can respond to the review that was posted, and as well as how many days they have available to do that. Lastly, you can also determine if the reviewer is notified inside the app, or if you'd like them to be emailed as well as in-app notifications that a review workflow task needs to be completed. You can have as many steps as you would like inside of here. It's pretty simple to just continue on and add as many or as few steps as you would like. So that's all available. For our purposes today, we're going to use a template that's previously been created. Let me show you what that looks like. We're going to use this annual review template. And I'll show you a summary of what that looks like. So we have our faculty review, which includes the form that I had previously shown. We're asking for supplemental information, and then we're automatically attaching our annual report and the CV. Then we have a couple of small forms for department chair, and we have university acceptance. So now that we have our review workflow template created, we need to actually initiate the review workflow. So any admin can come to the review workflows section and create a brand new workflow. I'm going to select the template that we created, and then you can title your workflow. And then this is where we select which candidates are need to actually complete this workflow. So this is going to bring you to our faculty picker. So you can, limit your faculty members by academic units. So if I want the entire College of Science, or if I only want the chemistry department, I can do that. I can also limit by faculty versus non-faculty. And then we also have additional filters here that are available as well. Rank or tenure status may be helpful. You can also search for a specific faculty member's name if you would like to. For today's instance, we're going to select faculty user 1001. And then we're going to go ahead and select today's date. So this is going to create, we just created the workflow, and now it's asking for additional configuration for the department review. So we know who's involved with the faculty step. Now we're identifying who's part of this department review step. So we need to go through these 4 different options to get that configured. First, we're going to set our reviewer. For today's instance, we're going to select our accounting chair. If this were a committee, we would need to select a specific review author. And then we can also check the dates. So it's going to select dates for me based off of the template that I created. So for today's instance, we're going to make the start date today as well and apply that to all steps. All right. And then now it's checking who's involved with this university acceptance. So I can, again, set my reviewers. For today's instance, I'm going to add my I think it's the college administrator. And then again, since this is one person, we don't need to set a review author. We've already checked our dates. It's today's date. And then you can set recusals as well. Okay, we'll save and close, and you'll see that we have all 3 steps configured as well as in progress because we set today's date. This gives you a nice overview of where each step is at. So we currently have one faculty member that needs to be reviewed. He or she has not started that. So we have 0 out of 1, which is kind of nice just to kind of see that overview process. All right. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to proxy edit as that individual user so you can see what that looks like from their point of view. Okay, so now we are in as faculty user 1001. I'm going to go to my workflow tab and see if I have any workflow tasks that need to be created or need to be completed. Here's my annual review for 2023. And then this is my self-review. Currently, I'm in a not started state, which is expected. If I click on my name, this is going to bring me to the forms that need to be filled out for my step. As you can see, my annual report is here, as well as my CV is here. I do have a CV pulled up just so you can see what this looks like. This is just an example. Obviously, the CV would be customized to your institution's requirements. So if I needed to make changes to what was showing on my CV or the annual report, I can easily go back to my activities tab, make modifications to any of my works, or potentially add additional works if they haven't been added yet. Here, they're asking for supplemental information, so I can browse my own files to upload whatever needs to be uploaded. And then this is the form that needs to be filled out for this step. Go ahead and fill out any of those required fields. And we'll put in our signature and dates. So as a faculty member, if I'm able to complete this review all at one time, then I can just go ahead and save and submit. If I wanted to come back at a later time and not necessarily submit the review just quite yet, I can do this save and exit. For today's instance, we're going to go ahead and save and submit. Because I am proxy editing, it's asking for a reason. Otherwise, this is a general statement that will appear for everyone that's submitting a review, stating no changes can be made after you submit your review. Okay, so now we'll see that annual review for 2023 is no longer a task on my list since it's completed. And let's go ahead and move to our accounting chair. Again, I'm going to go to my workflow tab, pick on my tasks, and I'm going to see the annual review. And then it looks like I have one faculty user listed here. Again, this is going to be a not started state because I, as the department chair, have not started the faculty members review. So I have a couple of options here. I can view the faculty members portfolio. So this is going to give me their CV as well as their annual review, any supplemental information that they may have uploaded, and then any information that they would have entered as part of their review. And then again, we're getting this proxy user information as well. So once I'm ready, I can click on the faculty member's name and fill out any information about this person. And then I'm going to go ahead and save and complete. So it is often that department chairs or administrators may have a very long list of faculty members that they need to review. We do have the option where you can download a review sheet. And here's an example of one here. And in this review sheet is where you can, instead of individually clicking on each faculty member's name to fill out their review, you can basically fill out their reviews in bulk. Once you have filled out this information, then you have the ability to upload that review sheet. And it's, in essence, completing that review on your behalf. Once all of that information has been filled out, then you can go ahead and submit your reviews, either for a single user or in bulk for all of your faculty members. And again, I'm proxy editing, but it's also going to warn your users that after reviews are submitted, no other additional changes can be made. Okay, and lastly, let's go to that college administrator and go to tasks. And again, I have the option to view the candidate's portfolio. The only difference here is that I have the ability to see the reviewer's information. I also have the ability to review the department's information that was entered for this member. So when I'm ready, I have the ability where I can download my review sheet and complete my reviews in bulk, or I have the option to come in here and actually, put in comments for this review. All right, we'll go ahead and pick today's date and go ahead and submit this review as well. So lastly, I do want to show you guys what this looks like for a faculty response. So when the review is complete, the faculty member, if you've allowed them to submit a faculty response, they can come in and they can see administrative comments and they can put in a response and then go ahead and submit that response as well. So just wanted to show that functionality as well. All right, we're going to go back to our college administrator. The last thing I really want to show here is that when you have your annual review and you're making progress, these things are going to update so you can see how your review process is changing and updating along the way. Okay. Let's go back to our PowerPoint here. I do want to talk about some upcoming changes to the Faculty Insights suite of products, things that are coming up for us. So we are currently working on the ability for faculty members to create their own custom CV within the application. So this will allow us to pull from any activities or works that are inside of faculty activity reporting and be able to display them in the order and format that faculty selects. We also would like to add the ability for faculty members to create their own NIH bio sketches. Next, we hope to work on the ability to control system access by defining roles and permissions associated with those roles within the user interface. We'd also like to redesign the homepage for faculty members. So highlighting tasks that faculty members need to complete, think about review workflow tasks, right? And having those highlighted right there on the homepage, as well as drawing attention to suggested awards and funding. Lastly, we'd like to integrate with ORCID to ensure we have all works attributed to faculty members within the system, having that a well-rounded, pre-populated faculty profile. Okay. Next, we've got Q&A here. We've got just a couple of minutes if we have any questions that need to be answered.
Yeah, Jenny, we did get one question come in, and to everyone who's joined us here today, I invite you again to ask any questions that you have. But the question revolves around the work required to get this product operational in regards to data integration and utilizing university data systems. Can you talk a little bit more about what that process looks like?
Yeah, we can certainly integrate with systems that you guys have on campus. So if you have a student information system, we can pull in information from them. We also can pull in information if you have an existing activity reporting tool that you are using, or even just, Excel files, right? We can pull in all of that information. And pulling in all of that information really helps us with that pre-populated faculty profile. So your faculty members are not having to re-enter information that they have maybe entered into another system. And we're also pulling in works from our sources, right? So Baker and Taylor, we're pulling in books and book chapters. We pull in patent information from the U.S. Patent Office. All of that information can be pulled in really to minimize the amount and time that faculty members have to create for their profile.
And so then what work then is required for faculty to validate their profiles?
Oh, okay. Thank you. So faculty members can come into the system and validate, right, the works that are currently attributed to them. If there's an issue, we have a quick button inside of the application where they can report an issue and we will address it on our end. Otherwise, if it's self-reported, obviously they can make those corrections right there inside of the application, which is great.
There is a small conversation happening on the side between one commenter and a member of our team. So I think we'll handle that externally. But if there are any other questions, please feel free to add them in the chat. Otherwise, Jenny, thank you so much for your time this morning. Thank you to all of our attendees as well for your time. We do have a series of additional chats coming up on the horizon. So webinars and other events that will be coming up, but please feel free to visit our website at www.academicanalytics.com for more information, or look out for some additional invites to come on some coffee breaks and webinars in the future. Thank you everyone so much for attending, and enjoy the rest of your day.